Welcome back to another episode of Road to Abundance. Guys, it's been a while, and instead of posting a new episode to start the year with someone else, I have some episode in the backup. I did record some episodes. I just didn't post them. As you probably noticed, I was absent from social media. I was absent from the podcast. It was just not regular content. And instead of just posting another podcast like nothing happened, I wanted to recap what happened, why I was missing, what happened in my personal life, what is the mistake that I did, why did I feel like I needed to take a break for social media for the last 2-3 months, and maybe I lost my purpose. There was a lot of things happening in the personal life, in the business life, and when I'm not feeling 100%, when I'm not sure where I'm going in life, I'd rather not give advice to people. I'd rather just take a break and analyze where I'm going right now. What's the next move? And then when I know, which I took a little longer than expected, I thought at first would be a 2-week break. Then a lot of shit happened, and it ended up being a break way longer than that. And that I had a lot of personal development to do. So even me, if I coach people, I still have to do my own work, and nobody's perfect, guys. And I wanted to assess the situation, and we're going to go on the board because I'm going to show you what exactly did I do, what type of work did I do. And but before, I want to tell you like what happened, and kind of why I was missing, why I didn't post the podcast, and what to expect for the year 2024, and what kind of commitment I want to do. And also, you can do the same for yourself. I will show you after I do this. We're going to go on the whiteboard behind, and I'm going to show you how to set up your goal for 2024, how to set up your routine for 2024, and how to set up your habits and more. So let's get right into it. This year, I told myself as one of my goals, and we're going to go through them together, that I want to be more honest of the journey of the entrepreneur, the journey of the personal development. I want to be more honest with my audience, because one thing that really disgusted me this year in the business of coaching, in the business of online people, and you might have noticed, is there's a lot of fake people, there's a lot of people lying, there's a lot of people doing shady business, there's a lot of people pretending to be something that they're not. And me, I can't do it. That's why, to be 100% honest, I was not doing for the last 3 months content, or I was not doing podcasts, because if I'm not on my routine, if I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do, if I'm not the person I'm supposed to be, I'd rather not pretend to be online just to show our presence. And I think there's too much of fake people online. So I'm not going to name anybody. I'm not just going to point stuff, but I want to be 100% honest. So that's one of my goals in 2024, bring more authenticity and more content for this year. So I'm going to do one long form content on YouTube every week, kind of like where I'm going business, what's the goal, what's happening. And I'm going to keep you posted on with the progress. And I'm going to share with you some win from last year, some failure, because this is how you should do your year. Okay. So first you want to see what was good and what wasn't good from 2023. And we want to close the loop. You can either burn the paper, you can either trash it, you can do whatever, you can do a little ceremony to let go of that energy. And it's important also to recap what was good. So for me, there was a lot of things that happened last year. Obviously, I'm going to be a dad. So that is the first thing. It's a big commitment. It's a big change in my life. I'm super happy for my baby girl. In 1 or 2 weeks, she's going to be here. So super stoked for that. But it was a lot of new thing. And when I started the year, I paid over 100,000. I paid like close to 150,000 for Tony Robbins Platinum Coach. I had expectation. There was a lot of things, but honestly, the program, I could do a longer review, but it was not worth the money. It was completely like a waste of time and money. I did learn some stuff, but it was a lot of stuff. And I wasn't aware when I started the year. So I kind of got overwhelmed, and I did 40 years of Zen. I did my psychedelic journey. I did ibogaine. I did a lot of things that were already scheduled, or things that came my way through the year that I just couldn't say no. So I just did. So for the first 6 months, I went 100%. And I tried to build multiple teams for the new business, and it was just not going my way. I was traveling a lot. Like so many things were happening that I wasn't 100% hands-on on the new business. So the team were not what I expected. I was paying them, lost money on that stuff, try to build the business. And I also take the blame. I wasn't 100% because I was traveling so much for the Tony Robbins, for other stuff. So that's what happened for the first 6 months of the year. So in my failure, like I want to share with you 100% honest, because it's important to see what went wrong in the year and what went good. So Tony Robbins, it was kind of a failure in my eyes because I hired a coach for 1 year, 1.5 years. It was not the expectation. It happened. Like sometimes it's not everything that's a win, but that was sad to me. Teams, I built 4 different teams for the back end of the business, for managing client, helping me manage the business, do a lot of things, because I wanted to focus on coaching, which is what I'm good at and what I enjoy. And there was a lot of other little pieces of the business that I didn't want to necessarily do. So I was trying to build team so we go the long term, but a lot of things happen, like it takes a long time to build team. And I didn't like everything that was around the business building of coaching. My routine was not 100% on point. I wasted a lot of money invested in business, invested in different stuff. And I wasn't 100% happy. So happiness for me comes from the 3P, which we'll see on the board, but it's purpose, passion, and profit. When you have that and you live a VIP experience of life, you're happy. Okay. Life is good. I felt like I wasn't where I should have been. I wasn't the man that I should have been. I didn't show up the best I could. I did for the first 6 months of the year. Yeah, I was fully committed. But after that, it went a little downfall. And the last 3 months, my head was just not in the game. So yeah, that's why I disappeared from social media. I needed a break. I needed to reassess where I'm going. What's my new purpose? Do I still want to do coaching? Like, what's the thing that I'm going to do next? And also we moved in a new house last October, right before the year, and there was a lot of thing happening with that house in terms of AC, in terms of things broken, and we had 1 year lease. So I was paying very expensive, like 8,000-9,000 a month for the house, and we were not satisfied. I had trouble recording because there was a lot of thing going on in the house, and I couldn't get out of the lease. So yeah. The good news is new business meant I learned a lot. Also, I did learn from the Tony Robbins program. I mean, it was not a complete waste, but there was so much thing going on that, and nobody to help you assimilate the content, that then it's hard. You know what I mean? But it was still a good thing. I put it in a good thing in terms of I did learn and I did pick up some stuff and I did create new connections. So that's a win. Like I said, I made a new friend. I became a dad. I got more clear on my future. Now we got a new house. It happened right before the end of the year. This house is perfect for us. Everything is amazing here so far. I proposed to my girlfriend. I did ibogaine. I did a lot of self-work. I did ketamine journey. Like there's a lot of good things that happened. And I changed the life of a lot of clients. So all the clients that I got, they got result, their life got impacted. If you didn't see the testimonial, it was just amazing. That was my favorite part of the year, like changing people's life and knowing that I'm good at what I do. Like the coaching part of the business is what I enjoy doing. I'm good, I'm passionate about it, and I change people's life. So when I receive message about that, it's totally a win. And before the end of the year, one of my clients, he just messaged me. He's like, bro, it's been almost a year. Now that I'm out of the program, and I just want to say thank you for everything you've done. Your work is so amazing, and I'm still doing what you teach me even 12 months later, and my life just keeps getting better and better and better. And the guy was kind of a little bit depressed when we started. So it's always amazing to receive those messages. That's why I do the work that I do. But like I said, the only thing is I wasn't sure after the 14 failed, not failed, but I couldn't keep them. I wasn't sure. I was on the way in October, November to build one last team and do things good. And then I was like, wait, let me reassess. Do I really want to do that? Like, how could I make it better? And I was like, instead of rushing because I was going to move, I was like, I want to make sure I do things properly. So that's why I took a little break, and I wanted to know what is going to be my goal for 2024 and all that stuff. Okay. So when I do my goals, guys, let's go on the board. Amazing, guys. So I wanted to have the board behind to help you see and visualize what I'm going to teach you. As you can see, there's a lot of things written on the board. I did a whole video, like 40 minutes, and then I noticed that the camera didn't start the recording. So now we're 40 minutes later. I'm hot. I'm going to get it. I'm going to do it again for you. I'm committed. I told myself that I want to release that video tomorrow. So no excuses. We're going to get back on track and we're going to redo it together. So what I wanted to share with you is my personal goal for the year, and be vulnerable with you and share what I enjoyed from last year and how you can do it too, okay? So the first thing that we discussed on the computer was what did you like and what went good for your year 2023? What didn't you like and what was your failure, in order to let that energy in the past and do not bring any of that in 2024. So if there was any learning lesson, if there was any failure, anything you've seen as a failure, because it's all about perception, what are you going to bring? We don't want to bring any of that in 2024. We want to bring all new energy and we want to be positive. And so yeah, that's the goal of the year. That's what we want to do. Just fix the mic. So I told you what I enjoyed. So I told you what I enjoyed for my year and what was my failure. Now I'm going to share with you how I did my goals for the year and how you can do it, and how you can live your best life, okay? So the first thing that I talked about is the material thing, okay? So you want to do material thing, you can put a song that you enjoy, whatever is the song, okay? A song that's upbeat, and you give yourself a time limit to put whatever material that you want for the year. You don't want to overthink it. You don't want to think if you can have that material yet. What would you like to have in 2024? Could be a new house, could be a new car, could be a new computer, could be like learning piano, like some material stuff, or some stuff that you want to do in terms of material in the year. And then after, what's really important, and what I was saying, is that you need to attach a feeling, an elevated emotion to that. Why do you want those things? So first you're going to write them all down. So let's say I said I want to order a new car by the end of the year. We just switched the car. We got like a nice car, more relaxed for the family, but I want to have maybe a sports car again by the end of the year. You're going to say which car specifically you want to have. So let's say I would want to have a Porsche 911 Turbo S with this interior, with this color, and we're going to use it for either a vision board or a manifestation movie, okay? A mind movie that I can show you in other lessons that I teach my client what to do. But you need to visualize, and you need to have an emotion that will combine with that in order to attract it in your life. It's really, really important, because if you just say, I want a Lambo, but you don't really feel compelled to do it, you don't really know why you want it, and it's just to show and to brag, you're not going to bring it in your life. Like it's as simple as this. You need to have an emotion and know what you want and why you want it and by when, okay? And what are you willing to give against it? So a feeling is very important. So do you want a new computer, you want more travel, you want to buy a land, like let's say to build a house, like what do you want? Do you want to buy a watch? Do you want to buy a purse? Like whatever material stuff that you want to buy more books, camera, whatever it is, you do a list, and then you associate emotion and why you want it. So let's say I want to buy more supplements. Why? Because it's going to make me healthier. It's going to make me feel better. It's going to improve my health. It's going to do this. And why is it important for me? And how those things are going to make me feel. Same thing for the car. Let's say I want a Porsche. I enjoy the sound. I enjoy driving. It's going to make me feel successful. It's going to make me feel accomplished. It's all personal stuff, okay? You don't need to judge your answer. You just want to know why you want those things and what's the feeling related to it. Then I go into the first thing that we're going to talk about is the impact, okay? What impact do you want to have in your life and on other people's life, and why you want to have those impact? So for my personal stuff, in 2024, I want to help people to feel better on a daily. I want to show them, and I want to show up for myself every day, and I want to show them that it's possible, and I want to help them so that when people see my content, when people listen to my podcast, when people do things, it gets them moving, it gets them motivated, it gets them to do stuff, it gets them in the mood. And I do the same when I listen to other people's podcasts. I'm like, damn, I want to do those things, I want to accomplish, so I want to have this impact on other people, okay? I want to help them to take action on their goal, not to be scared to start and fail or start and succeed, because failure is only a failure if you don't learn the lesson. If you learn the lesson, like there was some failure in my year, I don't take it personal. I just learn why it didn't work and how can I make it better for the next year or the next time I do it. Okay, I want to share my true emotion and my struggle with the business. There's one thing I didn't do 100% is sharing how the business was going and how I felt. I started the year saying I was going to do it, and then I didn't end up doing it. So I felt like this was a failure. I lied to myself. I said I was going to start being consistent on YouTube, and I was not. And this year, it's one of my goals, and I want to make sure that in the impact, I want to share the struggle and the emotion. Sometimes I feel like a lot of people online are only sharing what's good, and they're making you dream about the life, and they're only sharing you all the bullshit, and they're lying to you. And I've been an influencer for 12 years. I know the game. I know a lot of those people. I know a lot of coach, and the industry is very fake, and people are very fake in general. And I don't like it. It's why I almost quit social media a few times. And now it's like, let me show I always try to be as authentic as I can and as honest as I can. And I was like, I'm going to share them the path of the new business and other stuff. How is it going? And share the real stuff and the real emotion and how you feel being an entrepreneur. Because sometimes it's fucking amazing, but when you start new business and you do things that you're not the best at, there's a learning curve and everybody has to go through it. So if by sharing my struggle and that it's not always amazing, it can get you moving, that is why I want to do it. That's part of the impact that I want to have, okay? I want to make men's more confident, connected, and open emotionally. So my goal is that most of people go from here to here, okay? This is just the transmitter. Everything is here, and it's proven. Science has proven it. It's heart, brain, coherence. You need the vibration to start in your heart. You need to be feeling good. You need those emotions to translate in the frequency. We're made out of frequency of sound energy. Like, I won't go into the detail of quantum physics. I could make a whole video on it, but we're all sound and frequency. So you need to understand that, and you need to live a purposeful life and a life with your heart, and that will bring you fulfillment and joy and happiness on a daily. That's the goal of life. It's to be happy and that you don't feel like you're working, because it's already hard to be a slave to the system. You want to make it nice. You want to enjoy it. You want to make it fun, okay? Or you won't want to do it. And that's why the mental health is not good right now, because a lot of people feel trapped. A lot of people don't know how to get out. So if I can show you how I do it for myself and how I help tons of clients to do it, that's my goal, okay? It's part of the impact. I want to, be the best father possible and be the best husband, okay? I felt like if I show up 100% and I'm the man that I'm supposed to be, that's my best way of making the best impact. Because as a man, when I'm passionate and I'm purposeful in life, I bring the best at the table, and I can be happy for my wife, and I can show my daughter that's going to be born how we do it, and lead by example and show her the men that she's going to have and that she should have in her life at one day. I need to be that example. I need to set the example. And if I want to show up for my girlfriend, I need to be happy first in my life. So if things are not going good, you're not going to want to be the best partner possible, because it's just not happening. You need to be happy first to make other people, to help and contribute to the happiness, okay? And I want to share my passion on social media, and I want to help people share their passion on social media. It's one of the goals. It's one of the coaching that I'm going to do a little bit more social media this year. And I want to also talk about the pressure of being a man and a father. Like, I think the suicide rate for men is so high. Not 50%, but it's so high. When I saw the number, I just couldn't believe it. And because a lot of men don't have people to talk to, they don't have a group of men to go to. And especially when you become a father, it's a lot of pressure. I got a lot of friends that became father. I'm going to be a father myself. There's a lot of things that change in the man, and we lose ourselves in the process. We lose our purpose. We're not living purposefully. We don't have a place to go to. We don't have brothers to talk to. We don't always have friends that are ready to listen. Like, I'm super grateful that I have good friends around me that I can call when things are not going good, and they know they can call me. And we can discuss, and I can give opinion, and we can share stuff. So a lot of men don't have that. So I want to make sure that I can provide a community, make retreats that I can help, and we can empower each other, because that's why I live. That's my purpose, okay? So that's why I'm motivated to do it. Yes, women, I'm still going to take some women as a client, nothing personal, but I want to focus on men, because that's where I thrive the best. When I do men's retreat, for right now, one day I could have women retreat, but for this year I had to make a choice. I want to focus on the men aspect of thing, because I am one and I know how we feel inside. And when we feel lonely and things are not going good, like the last 2-3 months before the end of the year, I was like, damn, there's a lot of men feeling like that. And if they don't have the help or the resources, imagine I'm a coach, I have all that knowledge. And for me, I still had to go through that. So, and I had friends around me to help me, like on the phone, because obviously in Florida, I don't have that many good friends, but there's a lot of amazing friends in Canada that I was talking with. And I'm going to talk also about relationship later. So the next thing you want to do in order to set up your goal for the year, okay, you want to divide that in categories. So after impact, I want to do health, wealth, and career, relationship, and happiness, okay? Those are the 4 core pillars of life. So I'm going to share my goals with you. If it can inspire you to do your own goal, and you can put whatever you want, this is personal to you, but I'm going to share it with you, okay? So I started last year, I wanted to be around 180 pounds of muscle. I want to get back to my peak physique, and I want to be in the best shape of my life. I have no injury, things are rolling, so I want to train harder. I felt like the first 6 months of the year, I was there. I was like right there on the goal, and then I fell short, and then I stopped, and then I just didn't respect it. So this year, I want to stay through the whole year, and I want to lead by example. I want to go at least 4 times a week, or at least do, like, if I don't go 4 times and I go 3 times or I'm traveling, do a home workout or do a boxing outside or whatever, still do a workout. I want to do cold plunge. So I didn't do them at the end of the year. Now I got back into the cold plunge. I want to do the sauna, the red light therapy. I have it at home. I want to do the meditation and breath work daily. I want to take my supplements. That's one thing I put on my health, because I have all those amazing supplements. I buy more, I study them, I take the best combination, but at some point, I had so much thing in my routine that I was forgetting the supplements. And now I want to make sure I do it. Like, it's important for me. So I put it on my goals. I want to stretch and do more yoga, okay? For flexibility, especially for my hips, for my shoulder, I want to make sure everything stay nice. And I want to be athletic, especially because it's like I'm working out. So I want to avoid injury, and I'm getting older and older, and I want to get that routine nailed down. For wealth and career, I want to host a men retreat this year, okay? I'm going to launch my book. So next month, in February, my book is going to launch. I don't have the specific date yet. The book has been written for 6 months. I was waiting for the perfect timing, and it's now. So I'm going to release it. Amazing book. You guys are going to love it. You have to read it and give me a review. But I swear, I put so much effort, and this book has been written to inspire people. So make sure that you give it a read. I want to have the coaching business, take it to 350,000 for the year. I want to be coaching kind of part-time. So the thing is, before last year, I was 100% dedicated to coaching. Now I want to coach, but I also want to build my supplement business. So that's why I say part-time. I'm going to divide my time in 2, and I'm going to do the supplement business. And my goal would be to make 100,000 and sell in the first year. If I do more, then I do more. But that's what I would love. So that's in my goal. I want to grow my social media back to millions of views. I took a break social media. I needed to reassess what I was going to produce in terms of content, where I'm going with all that. And I want to do the Chabot family. So with the wifey, I want to do the mindset and the brand. I want to do social media. And I'm going to have a community sharing all those things with people that want to come in the community that are interested. I also, in terms of career, I want to teach some AI at some point to all my clients. A lot of people have been asking. I've been very involved, but I want to learn more, and I want to also share that knowledge. And I might find a business partner and investor. It's one of the goals to see if I want to get, I'll start a business and see if I want to get an investor or an angel investor, whatever, for the supplement brand. So the supplement brand was supposed to be launched last year. I had 2 investors, but I ended up terminating the partnership, and I decided to do it alone and take more time. Sometimes it doesn't feel like it's the right moment for this specific thing, and I wanted to start smaller and do it the right way. So instead of taking a lot of money, starting the brand big, I was like, you know what? I want to take my time with this. It's my baby, it's my project, so I want to do it the right way, provide the best thing possible. Relationship, I want to do more date night. I want to see more friends. So I already started reaching out. I already saw 3-4 friends since the beginning of the year, and tomorrow I'm seeing another friend. So I'm on track to see the people I want to connect more with and do more things with this year, because I felt a little bit lonely in Florida. I wasn't connecting enough with the boys that I enjoyed, and I felt like I'm missing all my good friends in Canada. So why not connect with those people? I want to be the best father possible. So within the next week or two, I'm going to be a dad officially. I'm going to have my baby girl. So I want to show and lead by example. And I want to take time, like meaningful time with her, and committed to get that baby, that amazing human, set up right in life and do the right thing. In terms of happiness, which is the last pillar, okay, it's kind of like the mindset part of things. So for me, I want to avoid negative talking this year because that's why we call it spelling. Every time you're talking, it's a vibration. Your voice, it's a vibration. So you're casting spell. And if you don't know and you're using the wrong words and you're talking against yourself and you're always belittling yourself, you're always talking shit, you're always talking about people, you're always doing the wrong thing, you're not using that magic to create good stuff for your life, you're actually destroying your life. So do a simple exercise for the next 2 weeks or 10 days or 1 week. Talk nice, talk positive, like write a vocabulary that you want to have. Like, life is amazing, it's a beautiful day outside, wow, even if it's snowing or cold, it's like, wow, I'm so grateful for everything. And try to be positive on everything that you say, and people are amazing, and everybody around me is trying to help me, and everybody's amazing. And then do 1 week that you do the complete opposite. Everybody's trash, everybody's mean, people are just annoying around me, there's no opportunity. Like, do both extreme and see how you react to life and how was your week and your day, and you're gonna notice such a big difference that you'll never talk back negative again. But we all get caught up in life. There's always moments that are not our best moment that we'll get ourselves and we'll catch ourselves talking shit, and it's important to retract and be like, yo, break that pattern. Let's keep the good vibe, okay? So there's moments that are not good. There was challenges, but we need to face those challenges and learn from it. So I wanna avoid any negative talking. I felt like the rest of the year, what happened the last 2-3 months, I was like so tired of the industry of coaching and all that stuff. Like, I was like, fuck, look at this guy. Because I know a lot of those people. I was like, man, I can't believe that he's lying like that to people. I can't believe this person is so fake. All those influencers. And I shouldn't be talking about people. Like, let them do their life. And if I don't like what they do, why don't I do the opposite? Why don't I lead by example and I try to teach people? So that's why it's part of my goal to be more authentic, to share more, to show the behind the scene of all that. And I want to do less gaming. Obviously, the thing with gaming, I really enjoy it, but every time I find myself gaming, I feel like my personality and myself, I go on one extreme or another. So if I start all the bad habit, and a lot of people are like me, it's like when you start the vicious cycle, it's really hard to stop and you get caught up. Like, if you game, then you're going to watch Netflix, then you're not going to do your reading, then you're going to skip your meditation, then you're going to do this. And I feel personally, and I talk to a lot of friends, it's like when they do those things, even though it's instant gratification and rewarding, because it's like all those things, your pleasure, you're hitting the pleasure sensors of your brain. In the long term and the short term, it's bringing you less happiness, okay? Because you're actually getting out of the routine and what makes you feel good in life. So that's why I want to game less, okay? So once you have all your goals, what you need in order to achieve the 3P is what I call the VIP experience, okay? The V in VIP stands for value, need, and belief, okay? So what do you value? What are your values? Like, what are your boundaries? All that stuff. Then there's 6 human needs. Which one are yours? Because if you're driven by significance over contribution, or if you need certainty over uncertainty, and there's other like love and all that stuff, you're going to know how you react in life, and how you act and who you are. It's going to dictate your person, okay? Because based on those needs, your belief, and your value, that's how you're going to behave. So what's important to you, it's how you're going to do your life. It's the person you're going to be. So we need to know, what are those things? Do you know your value system? Do you know your belief system? And do you know your needs? Which one comes before the other one? For a certain part of my life, significance was first. So I always wanted attention. I wanted this, I wanted that, based on some trauma. Also, you need to let go of those trauma. You need to know why those trauma, because your trauma can cause your belief, your value, your identity, and all that stuff. So we want to assess all those things, okay? Belief system, it's a lot of things that you believe. I believe money is hard to make. I believe business is hard. I believe that every girl is a liar. Whatever is your belief system will impact your life, because you don't live the reality that's happening right now. You live the reality through your own eyes and perception based on your past trauma and experience. And we need to change that identity. If you don't want to repeat the past into the future, because this will happen if you don't, you need to reassess and become a different version of yourself in the present in order to affect the future. And the best way to do it is to know what's your belief system. So let's say you're going to set up big goals. Every limiting stuff that comes in your mind, oh, this is going to be too hard. I'm not good at this, blah, blah, blah. Let's say I want to start social media. Oh, but I'm not good at editing video. That's a belief, okay? Is it true that I'm a beginner? Yeah. Is it true that I'm not good? Nah, I never really tried. I didn't learn the skills. So right now, the belief is that it's a new thing for me, okay? It's not that I'm not good. So all those beliefs, that's what I do with my client. We revisit them. We see which one serve you, which one doesn't. The I, is identity. So that's what I call identity shifting. Who you are and who you want to become. So the version that you are right now and the version you want to be, how do we bridge the gap in between those two persons? And I always ask myself, the Mike Chabot that makes 100 million, how would he be? How would he behave? Who is that person? And then what I do on a daily is, would that person do this? Would that version of myself behave like that? How would that person act on a daily? You know what I mean? And you're not always perfect because you're not that person yet. So the thing is to get as close as possible and live it for a long time. And then it's going to start vibrating and materializing to be that person in order to have what you want to have. So the life that that version of myself have, I need to become it before I can have it. You know what I mean? And then the last is the P, so VIP. The last is the purpose. What is your purpose? What drives you in life? And if you don't know your purpose, or if you know it, you can always change it. Purpose can change. It can be that one purpose for 5 years and then you discover that you want to do something else or whatever, and then your purpose change. Don't be so focused on the purpose. Like, we need to find it. We need to really vibrate with it, but it's not like a one thing that for the rest of your life. Don't be so stuck up, like it can change. So don't put so much pressure on it. And then what we want to do, okay, that's for the goals. Sorry guys, I was writing all that while I was doing it the time before, and I realized camera was not shooting. So I was like, okay, let me just keep it on the board and then we'll wrap it up a little faster for you. So based on those goals, you remember the goals. Let's say I want to have 1 million followers. That was the example that I gave. That's my yearly goal. I want to have 1 million followers. So then I'm going to break the goal down to monthly. Let's say, okay, monthly I need to achieve 80,000 followers, right? So then I'm going to need to do 90 pieces of content. Let's say 3 pieces of content every day. And then I'm going to break them on a daily. So let's say I'm going to break my month. I need 90 pieces of content. Do I want to do 30 the first week, 30 the second week, 30 the fourth week, and then take a week off? Do I want to do 50-50 or whatever? You need to break it down to what you're going to do each week of the month. And then you need to break it down on what you're going to do on a daily. What does that routine look like on a weekly and on a daily in order to achieve that? And I gave another example of, let's say you would have a goal to save $50,000. You want to put aside for a project, a business you want to do. And right now you're making 200,000 and you're saving 10,000 a year. Are you going to try to save more money? So either you're going to try, let's say 50,000 divided by 12 months would be like 4,000 something. Let's say 4,200 or something like that. So, or are you going to make 40,000 more? And if you're going to make 40,000 more, how are you going to make that? Maybe you're going to start a side hustle. Maybe you're going to do something else. So it's important to know how you're going to do it. And once you decide, let's say, okay, I want to make 40,000 more. 40,000 more, because I'm already saving 10K, I want to make 40,000 more. What I'm going to do is how much I need every month. There's 12 months. I need to make an extra 3,000. I'm going to break it down. I need to make weekly, let's say, 600, 700, whatever. And then you break your goals down like that. So you're going to break them on smaller and operation, and don't overthink your action. That's one thing that a lot of people do. And that's one thing that is not good, is when people overthink their whole goals and to-do list and routine. Overthinking kills the process, okay? So let's say I want to start a supplement company. I don't know how to start a supplement company. I've never done it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do research. Now with AI or even Google, it's cool. You can do how to start a supplement company. You can find the path, and then don't overthink. Don't say like, this is too hard. And there is also a study that proves that whatever time you set for a specific task is the time that it's going to take. So once that you know that secret, try to set time limit on your to-do list. Find the name for the company. I'm going to set 2 hours to do it. So I'm going to brainstorm, check website, do AI, whatever you need to do. And by the 2 hour, I need to come with a list of 50 names. I'm going to start striking some name. I'm going to end up with a top 3, top 4, and then I can ask people around me, okay, that's the strategy. Let's go. And you don't overthink it, okay? Because if you do, you're going to be paralyzed. That's one thing. A lot of people start overthinking and they take like starting a supplement company and they see all those things they have to do and then they panic. Like do a to-do list and then do one task at the time, like one day, one task, and then just make sure you nail it. And a lot of people, when this happens and they don't have a to-do list, they don't have a clear vision and path of where they're going. And I'm just like you. If I don't know what I'm doing that day, I end up doing nothing. So I'm going to set up one task, or you can do the priority or necessity task, the important one and the non-important one for the day or the week. And then first, most important task, that's the first thing you do in the day. So let's say I want to do that podcast. I want to record that podcast. I want to edit the podcast and I want to post it. This is my priority task. Let's say for tomorrow morning, now I'm recording it. Tomorrow morning, first thing I do is edit and post it for the podcast to release on time. So I was supposed to edit it tonight and finish it, but unfortunately, because of the 40-minute that I recorded and didn't record, I'm going to modify it. So first thing I'm going to do, and then I have 2 more things that I need to do for tomorrow. And then the rest is if I have time and when I finish, and I set up blocks of time for it. And by doing that to-do list, I make sure that I'm productive, okay? It's important to break down tasks so you don't overthink too big and then it paralyzes you. And then I was talking about the routine, okay? So a lot of people ask, what is the perfect routine? It's whatever fits your need and fits the person that you want to be. So for a long time in my life, I was doing me time, okay? So when I was working social media and doing all the other jobs that I kind of didn't mind, like I was doing the TikTok, I was doing all the influencer stuff, and the crypto and the trading and all those businesses, even the app, I could do them whenever I wanted in the day. I didn't have specific timing as long as it was done. But now I have a lot of projects that I want to do, so I needed to modify that routine because that routine was built on uncertainty. I started the day with the me time. So I was doing all the stuff that I enjoy, all the reading. I was getting into my yin energy, was the calming energy, the relaxed energy. And I noticed that when I arrived at the midday, when it was time to start getting in the zone and the Zen mode, I had a lot of, it was taking me a lot of time to actually get productive and start back the fire. So I decided that for 2024, I'm going to start a routine that I never done before. Okay. And I tried it a few days in the past and it was really productive. And so far I really enjoy it. So now I wake up around 6:37, sometimes 6, but most of the time 6:30. Okay. And by 7:30, so I give myself like a 45-minute to an hour, depending. I want to make sure I started working. Okay. There's no excuses. So what happened is, I'm going to do red light therapy and gratitude journal, or some podcast reading while I do the red light therapy. I'm going to do a meditation. Before I was doing in the morning, it was a relaxed visualization meditation to get super relaxed and sometimes out of body experience. Now I notice that this doesn't get me fired up to work. It gets me into the relaxed state of reset my parasympathetic, which I don't need in the morning. I'm already fresh. So now I do a meditation visualization with that upcoming beat, like super boom, like super, like get me in the vibe, in the mood. I get excited. I look at what I want to do. I do play my mind movie. And that's like 25 minutes. Why 25 minutes? Because it's been proven that you need 20 minutes of a certain sound to affect all your body and your blood cell. So that's why I meditate for that 25 minutes. I make sure I get it 22 to 25 minutes every morning, depending on the meditation that I do. I get fired up. Then I walk the dog, I hydrate my body, and then I go straight to work, okay? And I do either the gratitude journal now or later. The first block of the day, I work up to around 12:30, okay? Depending on the project and what I needed to do for the day and if I have some meeting. Then I take a break I take a snack, get the gym ready, I go to the gym, okay? Or I do an activity or I do something. I move my body. That's the first thing. And I'm going to take a cold plunge. That's when I'm going to take it instead of in the morning. So I'm going to do cold plunge and I'm going to reset my system. And if I feel like after all that, I eat a big meal and I feel like a little tired, I can do a nap or another meditation, a more relaxing one for 20, 30 minutes just to reset my body. And then around 2:30, so all that takes approximately 2 hours, I'm going to do another shift up to 6. Today or someday I can go over. So today it's 9. I was supposed to be done at around 8:20 and then do a little, I do the cooling part. So from 6, it's kind of like me time, like with the wifey. Either we eat together, we chat, she's working super hard. So we talk about how was her day, what was her success, what was my success. We just talk, we vibe, we connect. And it's kind of a time to cool down. So now that's what I'm going to do after. And it's just resetting my day. And yeah, it's like that's the new routine. So figure out what routine you want to have. Now I eat only twice a day. So I fast in the morning. I'm going to get hydrated and I'm going to do the greens and the EAA and all that stuff. But yeah, that's what's working for me. So find what's working for you. And a lot of people are like, when is the best time to work out? When is the best time to do this? Whenever it fits your schedule, whenever it fits your purpose and who you want to be. So this is it. Let's go back to the computer. I hope that you guys enjoyed that little moment at the board that I was sharing and I was showing you what is going to be my goal for 2024. I was sharing a lot of stuff with you and I'm going to be sharing way more. And that is my commitment this year. I want to get more connected with the audience. I want to share more what's going on with the business. I want to help more people. And I think that the best way to help people is to be more authentic, more true, and share more of our journey, what's good, what's bad, the challenges that we face. And my whole goal, like I said, is to impact you. And if you're listening to the podcast and you didn't know how to do your goal, now you have a structure to follow. You have things that you can do. If you need coaching, I'm happy to, I have some spot open. I can take some client. And if you want to get in the community, let's say right now you're not in a place financially where you can do it, then follow the free content. My whole purpose is to help more people so that they can live their best life possible, because nowadays with social media, with all that thing, with online, with AI, everything that is coming, there's no reason that you don't have the life and the finance and the happiness that you want. And you can attract the relationship you want. You can be the best person that you want, but you need to be that person and start living the life that that person is living and would be living. So that is my opinion to you. That is what I believe. This is what I'm sharing with you. And I hope that by sharing, it inspires you to take action this year and to do the same and to get in the best shape of your life and to be the best. And that for 2024 to be the best year possible. Like I said, there is a study that proves that approximately 98% of the people that set up goals, the real study, I think the number is 92% that set up goal actually don't achieve it. And out of that 8%, I think only 50% actually do it. And you need a mentor or a friend or a partner, an accountability partner, in order to keep you accountable. That's why I share my goal online, to keep myself accountable and to make sure that you guys can do the same. And it's important to have people that can help you stay on track with your goals. And there's a lot of things that I'll be sharing. I'll have some amazing guests. I'll have some people that their life is just amazing and that they share a lot of gem and a lot of knowledge. But I wanted to start the year with this podcast because it's still early in the year. We're not even 2 weeks in. It's still time to do your goal. It's still time to do an assessment of how was 2023. And it's never too late to start living your best life, okay? There's a saying that says, we only have 2 lives. And the first one ends when we realize that we have one, okay? My message to you is, we all gonna die, okay? That's a fact. Well, this human form. We're an eternal soul, eternal. The energy will not disappear. We are eternal soul. But the thing is, this specific body that you choose, this experience that you're living, there's an end to it. Because if there was no end, you wouldn't be compelled to live. There wouldn't be all those emotions, because if you have unlimited time, it wouldn't matter. But on this specific reality that you're experiencing, you're here to experience, you're here to live it to a maximum. So make it the best life, make it the best possible, make it how you want it. And everything is possible in life if you decide to, and if you start doing what needs to be done. And that's my message to you. Don't wait until it's too late. I think the number one thing, and a lot of people talk about it, is if you go in old people center, it's regret. They regret not taking the trip. They regret not loving enough. They regret not doing what they wanted to do, not taking the chance, even if it means failing sometime and learning. It's like you're never going to have a meaningful life and a compelling future if you don't start doing what you wanted to do. And a lot of people, the mental health crisis right now is because people are not aligned with who they want to be. And now we're more aware than ever that we're not living our best life. And we're trying to break out of that matrix that people say. It's not breaking out of the matrix, it's beating it. It's being the person that you're supposed to be. That's how you're going to be happy. That's how you're going to have what you want in life. So you have to go and get it. And I hope that this podcast is going to inspire you. There's tons of episodes that are coming. I'm going to be dropping one every week as usual. And on this, on the Mike Chabot YouTube, I started posting them again on the podcast section because I was using another YouTube, but I'm going to bring it back on the Mike Chabot YouTube. And make sure you stay tuned and make sure you comment if you want me to do more solo, if you want me to talk about specific topic on a solo podcast like that or on the vlog. Make sure you send me a message. Make sure you communicate with me. But this is my goal to you. So I'm going to cheer to you for an amazing year and live your best life. It's never too late. You can start. And a lot of people figured out late, but it doesn't matter. And if you're young, then you just have more time to live your best life possible. So on that note, thanks for listening. I hope that you learned something. I hope that this podcast inspire you for 2024 and going on. And I wish you an amazing day, an amazing year. And I see you next week for another podcast.